first alert traffic weekend. We are tracking major closures and construction across western Washington. We'll tell you what you need to know if you're trying to head out this morning. Let's get out live to Port Angeles this morning, just giving us a beautiful watercolor view. Loving the way the sky is looking. Let's check in with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz for a check on our forecast. I feel like yesterday got a bit warmer than I was expecting.
Yeah, a lot of the area hit the mid-70s in Puget Sound, which was expected, but it was a little more on the humid side as well, so making things a little uncomfortable for some of us. We had southerly winds, and now we have southerly winds as well, but they're starting to pick up. So today could be a little breezy at times, and we have passing clouds out there, some low clouds hanging over downtown Seattle right now. Starting to see some of those clouds lift, but today we're looking at partly sunny skies. Temperatures will be a little cooler than yesterday, but still mild nonetheless in the low and mid 70s. Rain returns to the forecast late tonight over the Olympic Peninsula as we head toward the late night hours, and then here expect some rain to move in for your Monday commute. I'll have more on this and time it out coming up.
Ashley, thanks. Let's get back to that breaking news in SeaTac. This morning, firefighters are on the scene of a fire that spread to 2 homes. This all started at about 4:30 this morning. Firefighters say the first home is a total loss, and you can see quite a bit of damage there in this view there from our photojournalists. It's not clear if anyone lived there, but they say it wasn't occupied when they were putting out those flames. Again, this fire started and then spread to the attic and roof of the home next door. So that is a look at when crews first arrived there. That home did have people inside, but they evacuated safely. No word yet on how this fire started. We're going to keep you updated throughout the morning. President Trump announced he's directing the federal government to send in, quote, all necessary troops and authorizing what he calls full force in Portland, Oregon. The president announced this move yesterday morning on Truth Social. The president called Portland, quote, war ravaged, saying troops are needed to protect the city, particularly at ICE and federal facilities. Oregon's governor says she told the president this move was unnecessary.
And I also said to him, we have to be careful not to respond to outdated media coverage or misinformation that's out there. We know what's happening in our own city.
It's still unclear when exactly the president plans to send troops to Portland. So far, the president has deployed troops to Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and most recently, Memphis. King 5's Alex McClune shows us what's led up to these actions by the federal government.
We just heard what's going down in Portland.
Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell took to social media Saturday to take a stand against Trump and his plans to mobilize troops to Portland.
Portland's doing just fine. And I made that very clear to the president this morning.
After the Truth Social post, top Portland and Oregon leaders quickly called a press conference to pressure the feds to stay away. Governor Tina Kotek said she immediately called Kristi Noem and then talked to President Trump to say he was acting on misinformation and outdated media coverage about Portland from 5 years ago. After the murder of George Floyd in 2020, protesters took to the streets of Portland on a regular basis. That ignited intense and violent clashes with police, images routinely broadcast across the country.
In the years since that footage was taken, we reformed our public safety system. We've refocused our community and on our economy, and we've redoubled our efforts to help our most vulnerable.
In the last several months, there have been protests outside the ICE facility in Portland. That appears to have outraged Trump. On Truth Social Saturday, he called the demonstrators members of Antifa and domestic terrorists.
He thinks there are elements here that create an insurrection. I told him there is no insurrection here and that we have this under control.
Trump took aim at Seattle this week as well, threatening to take away its selection as a host city for the FIFA World Cup next summer.
We're going to make sure they're safe. They're run by radical left lunatics and that don't know what they're doing.
We caught up with fans headed into the Mariners game Saturday afternoon who said they did not want to see federal troops in their city.
I don't think you want to know.
I think I do.
You probably couldn't say it on TV.
I'm curious what you guys think about that.
I saw that today.
I don't even know if I want to be the one to comment.
I'll have a comment on that.
Mayor Harrell is also clear the feds are not needed in Seattle. City data shows violent crime is down 20%, and the city has hired nearly 130 new officers this year.
We do not need Trump's ignorance and cruelty here in Seattle.
And that was Alex McClune reporting. Governor Ferguson's office says they're preparing for the possibility of federal troops coming into Washington state, but they did not give specifics on the plans. Seattle police are searching for a group of men accused of firing shots in what investigators call a case of road rage. Police say it happened early yesterday morning right next to the University of Washington. One person was grazed by a bullet and is in the hospital. The shots reportedly came from a white SUV with 5 or 6 men inside. If you know anything about this incident, contact police. We are in first alert traffic mode this weekend. South King County was a traffic nightmare yesterday. All detours were backed up for miles. All southbound I-5 through Kent between Highway 516 to South 272nd Street is closed. It reopens, thankfully, tomorrow morning. Crews are replacing dozens of concrete panels on the highway. And right now, all westbound lanes of State Route 18 in Auburn are closed. Traffic is being diverted at the Auburn Way South interchange. Crews are replacing bridge expansion joints. WashDOT says all of this weekend road work is critical.
We know people are frustrated. We understand that. We travel too. But this is work that is critical to preserving our roads and bridges. And we just need people to bear with us as we continue this really important work.
The weekend work planned along 405 was canceled as of Friday morning. And Highway 97 near Blewett Pass is closed in both directions because of the Labor Mountain fire. WashDOT says they'll reassess the closure tomorrow, but there's no timeline for reopening. The fire is burning through nearly 30,000 acres in Chelan and Kittitas County. This is a look at those evacuation orders currently in place. Just on the other side of Highway 2 is the Sugarloaf fire. That's burned nearly 35,000 acres. We've been checking in with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz as we're looking at how big these fires are. Are we seeing any changes in how much smoke we're going to see in certain areas?
We could still have some smoke moving in over the next couple of days. We still have a good bit of that smoke starting to drift over the Cascades and then near the Bear Gulch fire as well. And winds are going to pick up coming out of the south and the southwest. So that could push some of it to the east, but we're still anticipating that really dense smoke closer to the Cascade crest and then points to the east. Thankfully, we have some rain headed our way. In fact, it's going to come in waves. This is going to help with our air quality, and this will also be the case over the Cascade crest and the eastern slopes of the Cascades. So our first round of rain arrives late tonight into our Monday, and then we're going to have a stronger system rolling in into Tuesday and Wednesday. And so tonight, tomorrow is going to be a little gusty as well. So coming up in a few minutes, I am going to time out this rain for you a little, Farah, closer in detail.
Ashley, thanks. A man admitted to killing his own parents in a TV interview, but pled not guilty in court. Let me tell you where the chilling case stands this morning. And a reporter sees his story come to life after spotting the burglary suspect he's reporting on. We'll show you what happened next. And there could be a new way to travel from Seattle to Tacoma. We'll tell you where a push for a new fast ferry stands this morning.
King 5's First Alert Weather Cams, sponsored by Southwest Plumbing, Heating, Air